Begin by creating a Wercker application of a GitHub application. In GitHub, open the Wercker OCI demo application and click Fork. Select the Wercker YAML file to open it. Any Docker image created by the Wercker application is automatically tagged with the corresponding Git commit that's triggered its run. Open and log into your Wercker account and click Create your first application. Make sure your username is selected and GitHub is selected as the SCM, then click Next. Select the Wercker OCI demo application you just forked and click Next. Accept the default option to check out the code and click Next. Click Create. Your application is created successfully. Select the Environment tab to begin creating the 3 environment variables you'll need. In key, enter docker_username and the value tenancy name/username. Click Add. For the second key, enter docker_password and the auth_token value for your cluster. Select the protected checkbox. Click Add. For the third key, enter docker_repo and region code.ocir.io/tenancy name/registry name as the value. Click Add. Select the Runs tab. Now test that the application can be built and pushed to OCIR by clicking Trigger a build now. The build looks good. Next, check that the images made it to the OCI registry. Log on to your OCI instance. Click Actions. From the navigation panel, select Developer Services and then Registry. The list of repositories in the OCI registry is displayed. Expand the repository to see the images you pushed. To pull images during deployment, you must configure the cluster by creating an image secret and setting some additional parameters in your Wercker application. Open a terminal window and execute the command to create an image secret for accessing OCIR. In GitHub, select the Kubernetes_deployment YAML template file. The Kubernetes configuration file references the newly created image secret using the environment variable OKE_image secret. Use this variable to create an environment variable in your Wercker application. In Wercker, click the Environment tab. Create OKE_image secret key with the value secret name and click Add. Switch to GitHub and open the Wercker YAML file. Review the script when you deploy to Kubernetes. Scroll to the Deploy to Kubernetes area. Remove the .template extension values. This moves the Kubernetes configuration files to a clean directory for consumption by kubectl commands. Set a timeout of 60 seconds on the deployment to give the deployment enough time to successfully start the application's container. Watch the status of the deployment until all pods have come up. If the container times out, deployment returns a non-zero exit code and causes the pipeline run to fail. This means your pipeline succeeds only if your application is successfully deployed, otherwise it fails. You can get the values for OKE_master and OKE_token from the kube_config file. From your terminal window, enter cat kube_config. Copy the URL to a text editor. Scroll down to copy the token value too. In Wercker, click the Environment tab. Create OKE_master with the server value from kube_config and click Add. Create the OKE_token key with the token value from kube_config and click Add. To deploy the OCI container to Kubernetes, you must create a Deploy to Kubernetes workflow in your Wercker application. Click the Workflows tab. Click Add New Pipeline. Enter Deploy to Kubernetes for both name and YAML pipeline name and click Create. In the Workflow Editor, click plus to create a new pipeline chain after the build. For the Execute pipeline, select Deploy to Kubernetes and click Add. The new change in the workflow is created successfully. Next, deploy the OCI image to Kubernetes. The pipeline automatically starts when you make a change to one of your application files in GitHub. In GitHub, select the Wercker YAML file. Click Edit this file. Scroll down to the Set Deployment Timeout area and change the timeout to 300 seconds to make sure there is enough time to complete the deployment. Enter a description for commit and click Commit Changes. In Wercker, click the Runs tab. The pipeline executes automatically. After the build completes, the deploy workflow runs. Your deployment is a success. Click Deploy to Kubernetes to view the details. Scroll to the bottom to verify that all the steps completed successfully. Verify the service by running the app in OCI Container Engine for Kubernetes. In your terminal window, enter export kubeconfig /kubeconfig kubectl proxy. Open a new terminal window and execute export kubeconfig /kubeconfig kubectl get services. Copy the external IP for get IP to your clipboard. Pass the value for external IP into your browser to run the application. Learn more at cloud.oracle.com/containers/pipelines.